Morning, everybody. I think this is like take 50. Don't. This is real. Anyway, you're like, what is this lady? Yeah, I was making jewelry and I broke. I was like 5 minutes into a tutorial and I broke a leaf and I was breaking the leaf I was working with. And anyway, it's been a morning, so welcome. And I am going to show you a really easy way, if you're not being a content creator and messing up, how to make a bail, okay, that is hand done with wire. And I am going to show you on my magic key that unlocks doors. Can you imagine that? So I love polymer clay. I fell in love with it by accident. I'm a floral designer and I'm an educator. I'm a plant science teacher by trade, but I love RPG gaming like Dungeons and Dragons. And so I make a lot of pendants that are inspired by that. And I create my own homebrew stuff. So I want to show you, in case you decide to get into making jewelry or you want to make stuff like I do that's a little bit unique, how simple you could make your own bails, especially if you're going to wire wrap your stuff. So like if you're going to do something like this magic key. It's really easy. And again, I don't know who developed it at first. My daughter showed me. So you take a pen or a dowel or a chopstick, or whatever the diameter is that you want to end up with for hanging your necklace through, like I have like here, okay? So, uber easy. Let's see. So you take your piece of wire, okay? This is a number 20. You take your dowel, in this case it's a blue old pen I had hanging around, and let me get up close. Again, I don't know, like I said, whoever you are, I call this the wishbone effect because you'll see. So I go around usually twice. I think a 20 is a good size. I mean, you could use different, remember, the higher the wire, the skinnier it is. So I go around, I went around twice, we can see that. And then what I'm going to do is bring my wire, make sure it's tight. You got to keep it tight. Crisscross applesauce, okay? And I'm going to hold this wire nice and tight to the pen, and I'm going to twirl, hopefully I want to get this in camera. I want to twirl the pen or the wire, but I usually twirl in opposite directions, like twice, okay? And then I'm going to slip. This is so easy, I swear. Slip it off. And this is why I call it the wishbone effect. Because to me, it looks like a wishbone when it's done. Now, that's the easy part. And I probably would use gold with this key, but I thought this might show up a little bit better. Maybe not. But anyway, so what then I do is I try to bring them through at the same time. I find it easier. All right, I have my little hole on the back. And I go from back to front. Boop. See? Boop. And then push. Now here is the trick that I want to talk about. Pull it back just a skosh. You want this circle to be able to bend up from the back. And if I have it flush, it's not going to be able to go up in the air like this. Okay, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm making sense. As a teacher, believe it or not, who does things for like you do it a lot, I tend to have to like slow myself down, because when you do things all the time, you sort of just naturally do them. But this is a key. So, no pun intended, key, get it? Key. You'll push this back out just a little bit. So when you bend this down and this up, you want the neck of this loop to rest right there. At least I do. Okay, so I'm going to just pull it back up. Now, if you don't want to use your hands, you could, of course, use a pliers or something. I want to have a little space And you'll see why in just 2 seconds. So then I take my 2 fish bones and I bring them back, and I'm going to bring them back on like this. Again, I like the element of the metal. Like, to me, it adds character. See, I just pulled them back. I didn't do much to it. And then you could use your needle nose. I wouldn't use anything with like a tooth, like having teeth in here. I would just use, but I like to use my hands because this size wire is easily manipulated with your hands. And then what I do is I go around. But if you have problems with your hands and can't pull things, you could use something like a needle nose as your other fingers, like use them as your fingers, and you could hold on to them and grasp and go around. I love to be able to feel my work at this point. There are definitely, and then I will just go around the opposite side. Okay, there we go. And then it just makes like a nice V. Hopefully you can see that there. Bring it up really close. Oops, and bang the camera. This is not going to be a good filming day today. No, there. Let's zoom in. Okay, here we go. I like to show the reality of it. Sometimes, you know what? This is crazy. I got a new camera. I'll talk about that in a second. I got a new camera and it's really heavy. It's actually I film on my phone. It's a beautiful phone, but it's uber heavy, and the arm that I have for filming does not like it, and I need a new arm. So if you know of a really good camera, watch, I'll get spammed by like 1,000 people. Buy my affiliate marketing product. Anyway, so now that's okay. I have found some really awesome stuff through people doing that, and some of it's been really fabulous. All right, so now what I want to do is, of course, I want my wires finished. So what I'm going to do is use my flush cutters. If you don't have flush cutters or you don't know what they are, again, I'm making more like, I don't want to say newbie videos, but videos that possibly a really experienced wire wrapping person might not need. But again, so I'm just cutting this off, and then I'm going to take my little needle nose and do a little, what I call a curly cue. So I'll hold it at the tip, and then I'll just twist. Right, you want your stuff to look finished, twist. And what you could do is use this as a charm connector if you wanted to take, like, say, a longer one and bring it around back to the front and do a loop in the front. Like that. Right, and do this part. Let me show you. So say I wanted to dangle off of here like a little charm of some kind that I made. Maybe it's like a little paw print, or, you know, the key to my heart, right? Something like that. And I had a little, you know, something attached to it. I would want a loop. So you would probably go a little bigger. To show you, I'm trying to figure out the best way to show you, especially for people that are newer. So, right, I'm twirling it in, and this could also become a major awesome decorative feature where you do the wire longer and you have curls, twirls, and swirls like I have here. Okay, this key I made look really rustic and old. How is this one kind of a little more metallic-y? But with this particular one, I think I'm going to keep it in the back and just finish it off really simple. I hope this helps you, especially, like I said, I tend to find that I got a lot of help when I was first starting out from other people, and to see how simple this is. This isn't dirt, by the way. That's alcohol ink that exploded on my finger. My hands are always... I used to get my nails done all the time, and my birthday was yesterday, so I think that I might do it again, because, you know, people seem to to like it when my hands don't look like they've been in the dirt all day. Of course, like I said, I do teach plant science, so it happens a lot. Anyway, ta-da! This is my easy peasy way to make a loop for your necklace to go through. I hope you liked it. And if you something you want to see or you're not sure of and you don't find it on YouTube, or you're like, hey, how did you make that key? I'll be more than happy to create a tutorial on it. Maybe one already exists in my shop, so do a follow. I would love that, of course. And, subscribe to me, and I'm on other channels like Instagram and Facebook too, and I have an Etsy shop. So thank you, everybody. Have a great one. Bye.